Schieb. Cafe. Sometimes it just hits the spot, you know? I feel like if I ever get rich, I'm still just gonna drink cheap coffee. I've gotten a little bit more foo-foo with my coffee lately, like I need flavored creamers and stuff. I'm changing. Who even am I anymore? I don't know. It concerns me. Although I did go to the thrift store today. I bought a Life is Good San Diego shirt. I've never even been to San Diego, but I'm assuming that if they were willing to make a shirt about it, it's probably pretty good to be there. Anyways, I'm back. Idiots. Yeah, you think you were coming to see Nice Bill? That dude's dead. I killed his ass, and now it's just you and me. Twerp nugget. Are you gonna cry? You gonna cry? Well, the only way that this is gonna stop is if you subscribe. I can't really lift my arms in this jacket. I want to take it off, I physically can't. A couple weeks ago I said that I was going to try to start taking videos more seriously, and I knew that I wanted to come back with a Q&A. And this should be the start of me doing weekly uploads. My upload date's going to be every Tuesday, baby. That's at least the goal. Y'all gotta keep in mind, like, I work like 60 hours a week, and on top of that I'm trying to make music. And on top of that, I'm trying to, you know, have a social life. So this is me putting my all out there. Some of these are from forever ago, like even before the album was released. My bad. What's been your favorite part about producing the album? I'd say probably the confidence that it's like, this is all coming from me. And whenever something really cool, like whenever I accidentally or even purposefully do something really cool, I get so stoked. I can't even express enough how excited I get. When I found the lead for Great, I wouldn't shut up about it. I straight jumped out of my seat and pounded my chest like I was the man. It was cool. I love that. What's your favorite video you've made? It's a contender between Bill Tries Parkour.
The first obstacle of the day. I'm going to attack it. A wild beast that loves to jump over things.
Where's he going? He's leaving, isn't he?
He's leaving the building.
He's gone.
And Life in Letters. Why? Yams. I love yams. Go yams. Yams are great. I love me some sweet potatoes, man. Alright, so that's the people some semen. What's it like being able to talk and connect with the people who watch and listen to your stuff? It's really cool because it's really important to me. I'm basically a nobody right now, and because of that, I want to take advantage of that and talk to as many people as I can while I can. Because, like, say if I happen to blow up and there's like 1 million people watching my stuff, there's no way I can talk to 1 million people, like, personally. So as of right now, like, if you talk to me on Snapchat or Twitter, like, I reply as often as I can. It's a lot easier doing things that I want to do, knowing that people are going to accept it and want to listen or watch it. So that makes it easier for me. At the end of the day, I make things for me, but if other people can enjoy that too, that's a double motivator. I get so stoked about it. How do you feel knowing a bunch of 14-year-olds watch your videos? That's something that makes me nervous. I don't like to sit with the whole, like, I have a really impressionable market, like, idea, but unfortunately, like, I do. That's why I think it's so important to be honest. Like, I don't want to filter myself or make myself any different for the people that are paying attention to what I'm doing. Because when I was 14, I feel like I felt such a pressure to, like, be a certain way or carry myself in a certain aspect, and it caused me to not be very honest with myself and with others. And honestly, I feel like that stunted my growth a lot. Like, I'm finding out things about who I am now, but it took me a long time to get there, and some people never even get there. I guess if I want to instill something into anybody watching the videos, is just be honest. It's so much easier being honest. How did you learn guitar? Great question. Me getting into music is like the most boring origin story ever. The last time I had ever, like, physically seen my dad, he gave me a guitar when I was 8 years old. And out of spite, I never, like, touched it until I was 15. And my family, we were losing our house. So cable was one of the first things to go. So my mom gets rid of TV, and honestly, I just felt I had nothing better to do. So I picked up the guitar and started learning through the internet. Mind you, also, it's almost like hardwired into my brain to say I'm self-taught, and I feel like a lot of other people feel that way. They're like, yeah, I'm self-taught. But we use the internet. Don't let people fool you. What are you, ethnically speaking? You know, honestly, I have no idea. I know I'm mostly German. I am Caucasian. That's French for powerful. No, that was best memory from 2018. A lot of great things did happen in 2018. I moved in with Jared and Jason. I went to New York to film my debut music video for Great. I released my first album. Met a lot of great people. I had a good year. When did you decide you wanted to go into music? I started getting serious about music after I went through like a pretty bad breakup. And I finally realized the passion that I had for it. I was listening to a song called Alive with the Glory of Love by Say Anything. And that song was like my favorite song by them. And I loved it a lot. And I listened to it a lot. And I knew all the words. But I never paid attention to the words. Until one day I was reading like an AMA on Reddit from the singer. And somebody asked him, hey, what's Alive with the Glory of Love about? And he explained that it's a love song between his grandparents as they survived through the Holocaust. I was like, wow. And so I was like, all right, maybe I'll listen to the song again, maybe see what I feel. And I remember my jaw just dropping, being like, the lyrics are just so powerful for what he's talking about. And I never paid attention to that before. And I remember getting so excited and showing all of my friends and none of them really giving a shit. But just me just like baffled by these lyrics and what they meant. And so I started getting really into like what lyrics mean to the people who write them versus what I portray them to mean when I hear them. And that was the moment I got really serious about music, because I was like, I want to do that. The next day, literally the next day, I started writing Shots Fired. That's when I decided I was going to make an album. If you could learn any foreign language, what would it be? Probably Japanese. I think that'd be fucking sweet. I just censored myself. Wow, I'm learning. What's your favorite lyric on the album? That's a great question. My heart breaks and rebuilds itself every time I hear take me back to my room and tell me this is where failure lives. And I say, what gives, motherfucker? And I guess to put that line in perspective, it's like I had my shit together, for about 2 years. And then, something happened and everything crashed. And I was at rock bottom, living in my mom's basement. Just this windowless basement where I would just sit there, and if I'm being 100% honest, I would cry. And that was pretty much my existence for like 3 months. And I had no direction. If you watch my earliest videos, they're funny. But I feel like, maybe this is just because I obviously know myself, but I feel like if you look like deep into those baby blue eyes, which they're not, you see a lot of sadness. It's me literally only making videos to fill my time. And it was pretty sad. It was a pretty sad time. But I also do love, if I'm being honest, I think honesty is all I have. What song took the shortest amount of time to write? Get It. I wrote 80% of it in I want to say 5 or 6 hours. And then I finished it probably a week later. Oh, what song took the longest to write? Yeah, that'd probably be Great. Great, I'd say from the beginning of the idea for it to the end of when the demo was finally finished, it took a little over a year. What was it like releasing the album, especially since all the songs were so personal? I was talking with a friend of mine who's she means a lot to me, and she was talking about how sometimes she needs to go back in her diaries and kind of reflect on how she felt in certain moments, just to maybe compare them to situations she's in now. And she had said, I think that's what's such a beautiful foil between us, is that I write all my stuff to keep it in here, and you write all your stuff to put it out there. And she says, I think there's something really beautiful about what you do, because you're giving people the opportunity to see you in a really possibly negative way, but also to humanize and relate with you. And I thought that was a really beautiful way to put it, because again, I put very little thought into how other people will perceive this record or any music I make. All the thought that I put into it is, would I buy it if I found it, and would this connect with me if I listened to it? Those are the only things that are important to me. When did your passion for creating videos start? I've put a lot of thought into that because it seemed like I almost just kind of fell into it and then just like kept going with it. But I remember the first time I thought about making videos was because two reasons. One, I felt that me and my friends were really funny, and honestly at the time I was wrong. And two, my grandpa would always be recording on this video camera, and I remember always being curious, like, man, like, what's it like to watch those back? And the first time I had asked him if I could watch the tape from like my 8th birthday or my 9th birthday back, and I was like watching it, and I just remember having like this excited feeling of like, wow, this is like a real thing. I can like use this to like solidify so many moments in my life that maybe I'm gonna fleetingly forget, but I can remember them now because I've made them into this hard thing. I don't know. That's a lame answer probably, but that's my answer. What's your favorite song that you've written? Oh, that's a rough one. My favorite one's always the newest one I'm working on, you know? A lot of the songs that like from the album specifically that like about specifically the breakup, I don't really connect with those that much anymore because I'm through it, like I'm over it. So like when I hear this angsty, sad, angry Bill, I'm like, dog, chill. You know what I mean? How did you come up with the name Booth? I know my video didn't do a very good job of explaining that, I guess, because I did want to make like kind of a joke out of it. So why I came up with a stage name was because people were having a hard time finding my name. Like if I said it. If I'm like, hey, go look up Bill Schieb, they'd be like, got it, and they'd spell my name wrong, they wouldn't find it. And people now, if they don't find something within like 3 tries, they're gone. They don't care anymore. Also, just like, I wasn't sure if, as an artist, if my own name, this is going to sound so dumb, if my own name represented me correctly. I've kind of always hated the name Bill, but it's my fucking name. You know, I gotta run with it. But the cool thing about, you know, artist names and musician names is you can kind of be whoever you want to be. And so I was like, I want to be someone who's easy to find. And then, of course, I chose one word, so that's hard to find. I still battle with myself on the daily whether a stage name was a good move or not. I started thinking about, like, when I was thinking about stage names, I came up with like 17 of them, but I wasn't 100% on all of them. And the last one I came up with, I was like trying to think of things I like to do and things that represent me as a person. So one of my favorite things to do is just go to like a cheap diner, sit down, drink some cheap coffee, and probably order an omelet. But I'm always sitting in a booth. Do you have a least favorite lyric on the album? Ooh. I don't know. Do you? No kidding. I can't answer that. Mostly because I obsessed line for line on the record. Back to back, the line, you need time, then go chase it. There was 97 other versions of that line. Like in that space, there was 97 other options that I ran through that just didn't feel right. And I just kept trying. I was like, all right, well, number 12 doesn't work. Oh, what about this? And this, again, that song took me 8 months specifically for that one line. It would have been done within less than a month, but I was obsessing line for line of making sure that I'm saying what I want to say. So I'm like running through, and then, yeah, the 98th line was the one. So anyways, that's it for the questions. Suckers. Thank you for watching and asking questions. If you want, I can do another one of these. If some of the answers I made sparked other questions, just leave them in the comments below. And whenever I run out of video ideas on this new weekly schedule, every Tuesday, I'll look, and if there's enough interesting ones, I'll do another Q&A video. I really appreciate every single one. Psych! The only thing I appreciate is busting ass in the grave! Oh! Are you not subscribed? Hey! Hit that notification bell. Be yours. Oh yeah, the acoustic version of Step on My Toes is coming out on January 18th. Thank you.
When you're looking for a low-budget outro and you don't really know what to say, you just put this little ditty at the end of your video and it'll all wrap up okay. I'm just singing like subscribe. Woo. Subscribe. If you wanna, please. It would help a lot.